Hi! In this episode of The Plants, we are going to talk about the star of my patio, number 49, Ensete ventricosum Maurelii, the red Abyssinian banana. She's a beast. I absolutely love her. I had envied seeing those in other people's patios, driveways, at garden centers. A little cost prohibitive at the size that I was viewing. And they're annuals. Who wants to spend that kind of money every year? So, I did some research. These bad boys, look at her. Look at her. Oh my God, I can't even fit her all in the screen. Hey, stick around to the end. I will do a walk around so you can actually really try to get a sense of how impressive she is. She's in a container that's about 3 feet off the ground. It's a cube. It's a 3 foot by 3 foot cube, essentially. So she could have lots of soil. Put that on wheels so I could move her around. I do turn her from time to time, not really necessary. But anyhow, found a really great deal on a little one. Here, I'll show you how big it was. It was about this big. It was about this big in February of 2024. Today is August 2025, but it was about this big. And I will tell you, I was so excited at that price because by then I had found out how easy they are to overwinter. So if you are in a climate that does not experience frost, well, then just plant in the ground and enjoy it year round. And it will just get huge. But if you're like me in a climate such as Zone 8B, where we do experience frost, she cannot live outside during frost. She will die back. So, and probably just rot, die. I'm talking dead. Anyhow, red Abyssinian banana. This one's about 8 feet tall from its base. It's on a 3 foot, so it's standing up a good 12 feet probably, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 12 feet. And those leaves just keep coming out. I do have a series, a short playlist of 3 episodes on my YouTube channel. So if you have one and you're curious what to do with it, or you're thinking about getting one and want to know what we're talking about, go ahead and check that out. I've got what to do in the fall, what to do over winter, what to do when you pot it that back up in the spring. Super simple. Don't let its size freak you out. So essentially all you're going to do though, the way I overwinter, cut all those leaves off. It's got a very shallow root system. Take it out of its soil, tip it upside down, let it drain for a couple days, hang it. I hung it from a beam in the garage over a pail, collected about 2 gallons of water. End of first season, it was about this big. And then I just set it on a shelf in the garage in an area that does not freeze to spend the winter. And then in the spring, as weather improved, I have access to a greenhouse, so I potted it up about a month too early because a little bit of warmth, a little bit of light, and she came to life. And before I knew it, there was just no room in the greenhouse. So she got moved to the patio right quick. I don't know that we experienced any frost, but she was kept underneath the cover. And if you do overwinter on a shelf in the garage, I would recommend that, every month or so, roll it, because I'll tell you, it had a curve in it, and it was incredibly light in the spring when we potted it up. But check out that playlist if you're curious about it. But red Abyssinian banana, Ensete ventricosum Maurelii. For propagating these, the best thing to do, I'm going to say it's the best thing to do because it worked for me. I acquired a couple of them that were about that big late last fall. Took them to a propagation group that I'm part of with the Master Gardener program through WSU Extension Pierce County. We took it out of the soil, we cleaned off the roots, and then it has this big old rhizome. So we cut it about 2 inches above, so we just got like that much left of the rhizome. And then because of how big it was, we quartered it and put each quarter in soil. And then the roots continued to grow and new babies came up. Now, a couple of them came up slow. So you will see, maybe you noticed in the opening sequence, I showed 3 smaller versions. Those are the ones that came to life a little bit slower. I actually have, so those 3 pots, plus I've got 2 others in the yard, plus there was a couple more, all from 1 quarter that did really well, or that was slow, so I ended up taking that home, and then they started to grow. I split some off. The one I need to split out some more. So they're in different sizes currently. I have one that's probably about 5-6 feet, but it's got a very small base on it. That's going to be a great one for propagating this winter because it won't take up a lot of space, and I'm hoping that I can get that to grow. So even if you're planting them in the ground, you can then lift them because they have a very shallow root system and they're very forgiving. So we talked about propagating. And you know what? I'll do a video this winter. So if it's 2025, the video doesn't exist yet. If you're in the future, look for the video. I'll add it to that same playlist I referred to. It'll be a process so you can see how actually easy it is. These guys love to be in full sun. If they do get some shelter protection in the heat of the day, all that happier. They want a good draining soil kept moist. They are not drought tolerant. You'll notice some of these leaves are a little tattered. You want to keep them out of the wind. You know, they're big old sails, so the wind comes and there's... If you've seen a musa or a banana, you get what I'm talking about. So, that is the red Abyssinian banana. So again, stick around. I'll give you a walkthrough or a walk around of it, and then check the end screen. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again real soon. Boy, you just can't get a good sense of how big this beast really is in a video. But take a look at that. Look at that one leaf. It's just standing straight up. Here, let's see if we can back up a little bit. We've got an area here, provides really nice shade, takes up a great space, but wow, what a conversation piece. So, all right, well, I'm gonna leave you with that.